Welcome to Snips by Kelly, weekly tips, tricks, and tutorials.
Hello there. Welcome back to my channel, Snips by Kelly. I'm Kelly and happy snow days. Now I'm saying snow days plural because I'm going to be sharing with you 3 different completed scrapbooking workshop kits under the same umbrella. We're going to be talking about snow days and the Snowy Scenes Designer Series paper. So one paper collection that crosses over and has one bigger umbrella theme 3 different ways. Now, if you've followed my channel, you know that I love to take one main paper line every month and create my main workshops out of that. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't do lots of other projects and share lots of other collections on YouTube, but I love to share and create one main workshop collection per month. So for the month of January, it is the Snowy Scenes Designer Series paper and sticker sheet and the Snow Days Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Now, why do I create one umbrella theme or collection 3 different ways? Because it takes all kinds of kinds. I have paper crafters out there that love very simple, clean, pattern-oriented scrapbooking workshops that have lots of functional photo opportunities, and they like to get in and get out and get those memories scrapped quickly and easily. And then I also have paper crafters on the opposite end of the spectrum where they love all the things. They love all the detail, added embellishments, added treatments, added specialty pieces. And so they love the decorative and create element to scrapbooking, and they don't have a problem spending a weekend retreat working on a scrapbooking workshop. Then I have those paper crafters that fall in between. Now, I happen to be a paper crafter that loves all 3. I love from very simple, somewhere in the middle, all the way to extremely elevated pages. And I love to create 3 different styles. So the first thing that I do is I take the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit designed by the company. So here is our Snow Days Scrapbooking Workshop Kit designed by Stampin' Up. You can see that there are instructions right inside it for a 6-page workshop. You can literally grab up the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, pull out the instructions, follow the instructions on how to cut your paper, and assemble. The only supplies needed would be those basic supplies such as adhesives, paper trimmer, and scissors, and you can put together that 6-page workshop. You can leave the workshop as is, which is a beautiful workshop as is, or you can choose to elevate those 6 pages in ways by adding some things of your own. Maybe adding a few more embellishments, maybe adding a little stamping and die cutting, or maybe creating some of your own pages with those leftovers. Now, I have tons of scrapbookers out there that absolutely love scrapbooking workshop kits, and they love to design the scrapbooking workshop kits or create the scrapbooking workshop kits exactly as designed. In fact, scrapbooking workshop kits are how I got started. I needed a jumping off point. I needed a little bit more guidance. I needed to know a little bit more about balance and creating pages, and scrapbooking workshops are an amazing place to start. Now, for my elevated scrappers, I like to take the same ingredients. I like to start with the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. So in this case, the Snow Days Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, and I add things to that. I take the base ingredients of the workshop kit, and instead of designing it like the company has designed it, I create 12 of my own designs in my own pages with that Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. I like to add Cricut cuts to those, maybe some stamping, some dies, some treatment, maybe some specialty paper, maybe some added bling, definitely added cardstock, and create a full, robust, elevated workshop out of that. Now, those types of workshops, my Sparkle and Shine workshops, are best served like during a weekend retreat where you're actually going to spend the better part of a weekend creating those 12 pages because of all the detail. Now, don't despair if you don't fit into either one of those categories, because I like to use, under that same umbrella, the Designer Series pattern paper and sticker sheet and create a simple Scrappin workshop. So I take the Designer Series pattern paper and sticker sheet, add a little bit of cardstock to that and some coordinating bling or embellishments, and then I create a 10-page Simply Scrappin workshop out of that. And the Simply Scrappin workshop is very pattern oriented, a lot of functional photo opportunities, and a minimal supply list, and it's much easier to put together, and yet you get a few additional pages than what you get in the base workshop. So 3 workshops, 1 theme or 1 paper line umbrella, 3 different ways for all kinds of kinds. I've been doing this since 2017, every month, creating a company workshop, a Simply Scrappin workshop, and a Sparkle and Shine workshop to keep my paper crafters crafting at the level that best serves their needs. You can check out all of these workshops on my website, linked in the description, where you see every workshop that's available, all of the options, all of the supplies, and photos of every single page. That's at www.snipsbykelly.com to help you figure out what style you love the best. Now, enough talking. Let's go take a look at the 28 scrapbooking pages, all 1 theme, 1 line, 3 different workshops, 3 different ways, and 28 pages. I'm so excited about snow days and snowy scenes. Let's go take a look. You have all the details on how and what and why I do what I do. Let's take a look at all 28 pages that we talked about. We're going to start first with the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit from Stampin Up, 6-page workshop. So this is the company 6-page Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. So again, the 6-page Scrapbooking Workshop Kit Snow Days comes complete with the instructions, and it creates 6 simple pages. So you can see that there is no foam tape, there's no popped up embellishments, there's no bling added to this. So you can very easily elevate it, or if this is your style, you can create it exactly as is and simply pull out those instructions, cut it, assemble it, and you are done. So there's lots of photo opportunities on these, very functional and very quick and easy to put together. These are great ways for beginners to start out. This is how I started, and it helps you learn how to make patterns and how to make balanced layouts. It gives you jumping off points, so you can see, again, very simple and easy layout to put together. It would be very easy to pop up some items in the cluster if you wanted to add a little dimension with foam tape. It would be very easy to add some of our little peppermints or some of our little sparkly bling to elevate these pages. Or if you simply want to get your memories on these pages, you can put it together as is. Now, often the company will add a treatment or a technique that they're going to focus on in their scrapbooking workshops. The particular technique in this workshop kit that's totally optional is a little bit of background inking with a blending brush. So you can see that I did do a little bit of treatment with the ink in the background, and these treatments are completely optional. They usually just like to focus on maybe a little bit of markering or maybe a little bit of beginning inking or other simple beginning techniques. So this is the 6-page Stampin' Up! Snow Days Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. There are some extras in the kit so that you could create additional pages on your own if you wanted to use those leftovers. Now let's move on to the 10-page Simply Scrappin Workshop. The primary ingredient to my 10-page Simple Scrappin is the Snowy Scenes Designer Series paper, added cardstock, and a few of the trio gems, and that's what's been added to the Designer Series paper to create the 10 pages. These also are very simple pattern-oriented layouts. So they're still very simple to put together. There's just more of them and then a little bit of extras added. So you can see that some of the embellishments and the stickers are popped up with foam tape. Still lots of functional photo opportunities, but just the addition of the foam tape, some of the journal opportunities, and the added bling can elevate just by adding stickers and elements from the pattern paper. So this is fussy cut out of the pattern paper, as is this, to give you more bits and pieces to work with in your scrapbooking layout. This next one, I actually have a full process video as to how I created this one. And I created these using hard to use photos. So I had some old photos of my brother who has since passed. My brother and I, when we were small children, they're very dingy, they're very dull photos, and I wanted to use them on this bright background paper. So I will definitely link in the description this full process video, but you can definitely see that it is a simple pattern, lots of photo opportunities. You could even add flip-flaps, some popping up of some of the elements with foam tape to add dimension. These pieces here are actually fussy cut right out of the pattern paper, and then these elements here are stickers from the sticker sheet. And so again, you can see that those base ingredients of the pattern paper, and the pattern paper pack, or the designer series paper pack, has extra pattern papers in it that are not included in the scrapbooking workshop kit. So it gives you a little bit more paper to work with so that you're able to use those pattern papers for straight cutting, as well as provide some opportunities to fussy cut some pieces right out of the pattern paper. So here is another one that I do have a full process video for the left page to show how I made a scribble circle background with a everyday kitchen plate. Laying a plate on the background, drawing with a journaling pen several times to create this scribble circle to create a traditional wreath style layout. Fussy cutting all of the little snow globes, the snowmen, and the penguins out of the pattern paper to add all of the fun little playful bits for the wreath style layout. Adding a few little peppermints, embellishments, doing a little tearing here for a little fun play, and having the little penguin from the pattern paper peek right out of the torn elements, some layers with paper. So even though this looks a little bit more elevated, and there was quite a bit of fussy cutting with this and creating some handmade tags by snipping off the corners of those tags, it's still a very basic and simple layout. You're creating your wreath, layering a few pieces of paper here, and adding all of the bits that you've cut out of that background paper to create the cute wreath, and then a basic grid style, a 4-box grid here with some more of those layered pieces right out of the pattern paper. And again, just to make the right page match the left page, I did a little tearing and tucked a little bit of paper underneath to create that fun effect. The next one, again, very simple. So some of the pattern papers in the designer series paper had the petal pink in them, some pool party, some garden green. Some of them had the real red and the pool party. So they're very different looking. They almost look like they came out of a completely separate workshop, because this one has some more orange tones and green tones in it. And then some of the stickers are actually petal pink. So again, a basic family layout with a basic strip style. So you have 3 strips on this page, 3 strips on this page, and a strip going across the bottom to create a little bit of an anchor for your photos, embellishing with both stickers and fussy cut pieces right out of the pattern paper, and adding some of the gems, popping up a couple for dimension. This last one, I don't have photos on quite a few of my sparkle and shine layouts, and this last one from Simply Scrappin, because I had a ski trip planned with my second oldest granddaughter, and it has been canceled twice because of the blizzard. So I've been saving these pages for our ski trip. We are not giving up. There's lots of winter left here in South Dakota. So here you can see basic squares cut into triangles on the corners, and then your strip photos, lots of photo opportunities, fussy cut pieces again right out of the pattern paper, topping it off with a popped up sticker and adding a couple little paper elements for a little bit of decoration. And that is the 10-page Simply Scrappin. Now let's move on to the 12-page Sparkle and Shine. So much fun with Sparkle and Shine. I have so much fun with all of them. And as you can see by the photos and the journaling on the first two scrapbooking workshops, I use them all in some way, shape, or form. So I use them for gifts, or I use them for my personal scrapbooking, and I love the simple and I love the elevated, but I do love the fact that the Sparkle and Shine allows me to play around a little bit and experiment with new trends or little different ideas that I might have in my brain. So there is a couple different shaker elements on the Sparkle and Shine this round, and the reason I did more than one shaker element is because the supply list called for window sheets, because we created an oversized snow globe shaker window on one of the Sparkle and Shine layouts. And so since we had that as part of the ingredients, I did not want to waste that, and I wanted to use up some more of that in the same workshop to make it worth my paper crafters' time and effort and dollars in getting those window sheets. So I created an oversized 4-pane window on the Cricut, and I did a little bit of inking in the background with a blending brush and some Pool Party ink. I used a corner rounder and rounded some 2-inch squares, and then added some of those acrylic snowflakes into the shaker window to look like the snow falling down. I added some sprigs and pine sprigs from the Cricut and a title, so I actually had a theme of the Pool Party red and white titles running through this scrapbooking workshop, because if you look at the sticker sheet that comes with this collection, there is only a couple title opportunities, and there's no punch outs or die cuts that come with this set. I did add some stamp and dies from the Stamp and Dies from the, let's see, Snowy, I think I'll take Snowy Wonder. So the Snowy Wonder stamp and dies, I did do a little bit of stamping with that, but the dies and the stamps inside the Snowy Wonder are quite small, that lend themselves a little bit more toward cards, but most of the elements work great on the scrapbooking pages. But because there's not a lot of title opportunities on the sticker sheet, I did take the liberty to add some Cricut titles. You could add titles with letter embellishments, craft die cut embellishments. You could stamp fonts, different fonts, and make your own titles. There's so many things that you could do for your titles, but this one was so much fun. All right, and I said, hello, snow. This next one, I also had fun with this, and this was an idea that I've had for quite some time. I've seen this type of a layout done before with Back to School, where the background has the alphabet in the background and it's just monochromatic or white on white, and then you can create your page on top of that, and it's just added texture. So I don't know if you can see, but what I did is I welded the words "Let It Snow" together over and over, and I alternated it. So I welded the same phrase to itself over and over until it created a little "Let It Snow" overlay. And then I attached that to the background just to have an interesting element. And then I made it so that one full sentence on the top and the bottom still showed, so that you could get the idea that it's a snow layout. And then the rest of it is super simple from there. Some handmade tags. I hand make my tags usually 2x3 or 3x4 by trimming off the corners of the tags, and then I make one master tag, and then I create all of the tags out of the one master tag. And then your base elements with your photos, so simple. Simply popping up one photo can really add interest. We've got just some little paper pieces and strips. And then I've alternated the house pattern and the stripe pattern for interest. And then I did very minimal embellishing from there. With that overlay in the background, not much else was needed. I just simply added the snow globe sticker and the Snow Much Fun sticker and added some of those fun peppermints on the tags. And just to stay commensurate and use up some of the pieces that I had my paper crafters get for this collection, I added some of the little snowflakes that were in the shaker window, and they were perfect for the background overlay. The next one was one of the last ones I did, so you can see it's quite minimal. Usually when I get down to the very last layout in the series, there isn't much at all left. Here is what I had left of the pattern paper after creating the 12 pages. So it's super satisfying to me when I've used up all the stickers and all the pattern papers. Now in this 12-page workshop, I actually did have a few stickers left over, the petal pink stickers that I didn't incorporate into the layout. But I did want to show you the Snowy Wonder dies that I did add a few elements from the Snowy Wonder stamp and die set. But this layout was one of the last ones that I did, so you can see there wasn't much left. So I kept it super simple, added a Cricut title, stamped the little houses and die cut those out, added a few Cricut sprigs, did a little tearing over here and a little layering of paper, and called it good. Adding those peppermints for a finishing touch. Very, very simple. There's two over the top shaker window elements in this 12-page workshop, so I think it's really good to have a few understated pages as well. Still very nice. This one, you probably saw the full process video if you follow my channel on how to create the oversized shaker window, so I won't go into a ton of detail on this one. And I just yesterday released this companion page full process video. So there's a full process video on how to make the left page and a full process video on how to make the right page, and I'll link both of those in the description. Just click that little more button underneath the video and you'll see all of the links to these full process videos if you want to create these yourself. You can also check out the full workshop on my website. But I loved using the triangles to create these squares in a traditional grid but a different take on it, adding some of those elements from the Snowy Wonder stamp and die set to decorate the squares, adding a little bit of black journal pen around the triangles and the squares for added interest. And then of course, who doesn't love the playful and the oversized snow globe, tearing a little snow inside there to make the snowy scene, stamping a few of the snowflakes in the background, using our 3D plaid embossing folder to emboss the base of that snow globe, made for a super and fun playful shaker window element. All right, the next one is also a super fun one as well. And it is all about the snow. So what I did is I took paper strips and I really went all out with those paper strips. So I did paper strips of varying sizes, and instead of just tearing those paper strips, I did some folding and bending. Now you can actually spritz the paper with water if you want to, and it makes it very pliable. You can bend the papers to create the snow hills. There are lots and lots of ways to create snow out of paper alone. You can simply cut waves in your paper of snow and cut those with the scissors. You can use rounded dies to make snow hills and snow mountains. You can do what I did here today by tearing and really giving them a forward bent look. And I really love this textured look. If that's too much texture for you, you can simply do the layered tearing without doing all of the folding and the bending, and it will look great. You can also make snow through inking, splattering. You can use a white gloss spray. You can use glitter glue or stickles to create snow. You can create snow with sequins. There's so many ways to make snow. So what I actually did is I took a strip of pattern paper on both of the pages and fussy cut the top of that pattern paper out to give it that skyline against the photos, and the rest of it was easy from there. If you you look at the ingredients in this layout and the wow factor that you get from it, it's so easy but so fun. Torn white willow paper, a couple pattern paper strips, and your photos. Now, of course, my photos aren't in there because my ski trip was canceled and I'm reserving these for the ski trip, but those ski photos will absolutely make this layout pop. So today is a good day. To have a good day is a Cricut title. And then I did a little bit of ink brushing with a blending brush in the background with Pool Party, and a little stamping with one of the stamps that came out of the Snowy Wonder stamp set. All of the little trees are from the Snowy Wonder tree dies, except for a couple that are stickers. And then again, I made a couple little red houses out of the stamp and die set as well. Love that one. It was so fun. All right, the next one here is a pretty basic one that I just used out of strips again. So I had a little bit of the specialty paper left over, and that's the interior. So I used a specialty paper frame on a different layout, gutted that out so that I could use the specialty paper. By specialty paper, the Scrapbooking Workshop kits get more paper in them than what's in the pattern paper and sticker sheet. So the pattern paper and sticker sheet by itself is 12 sheets. The pattern paper and sticker sheet that comes in the Scrapbooking Workshop is only 6 sheets, but you get 4 extra specialty papers that are in the workshop kit that you can't get anywhere else. So I basically just did 1-inch strips, except for a couple 1/2-inch strips here, and placed my photos off to the right and said "Up to Snow Good," which I thought was such a cute play on the title. And the cute little peeking out penguin is a sticker from the sticker sheet. The snowflakes are stickers, and the little tiny snow globes are fussy cut right out of the pattern paper, adding a couple peppermints. Now, if 4 photos is not enough photos for you, then you definitely can use our signature flip flaps and add flip flaps to the top and the bottom to get tons more photo opportunities. In a flip flap, you can have a top photo and an inner photo plus the photo on bottom. So 3, 6, 9, 12 photos on one page if you wanted to add our signature flip flap. So now you've seen all 3. So let's take a run back through all of them. So if you need screenshots, you can grab those. Today is a good day to have a good day. Let me look here. Up to Snow Good. Today is a good day to have a good day. There's Snow Place Like Home. Warm Winter Wishes. And I will link all of the materials and supplies in the description. Snow Much Fun and Let It Snow. And then I will also link the website so that you know how to get the workshop guides for each of these should you so choose. Hello Snow, and that is the 12-page Sparkle and Shine. Bundle Up for Simply Scrappin', 10-page. Snow Much Fun. Fun. Memories. Explore, and that is the 10-page Simply Scrappin'. And now we have the company's 6-page. So we have Fun Day, we have Snow Much Fun, we have Memories. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, the notifications bell, and shoot me a comment and share. I'd love to hear what your style is and what your favorite layouts of these collections have been. Thank you so much for watching. Come back soon for more right here on Snips by Kelly.